Hey everyone, Random Randy here. This is going to just be a little bit of a chatty vlog because I have a million things going on. I didn't post a video last week. I haven't really gotten to do much in the way of yarny stuff. I have been sewing like a fiend. And I have a lot of things planned going forward for my shop and just life in general. I mean, it's springtime. Everything is everything at this point. Hey, kitty boy. The boys are in school right now. They are back to, I don't even want to say half days. They spend 2 hours in school, but they have an hour-ish on the bus each way, so they're gone for 4 hours. I don't know. The chair that I am in is horrendously creaky, so I am doing my damnedest to not move and not breathe too heavy, but yeah, we'll see. So, one of the things that I wanted to propose to you all, because you are the primary people who watch my stuff, I asked in my Facebook group and a bunch of people seemed interested, so I wanted to ask if short fitness/exercise videos would be something that you all would be interested in. I did have a gym membership, as most of you who've been watching the channel for a while know. I can't sit in the creaky chair. It's driving me nuts. On top of that, Atticus is being Atticus, and he's super duper helpful. So anyway, like I was saying, most of you who've been watching the channel for a while know that the primary reason that I went from being in the realm of 200 pounds-ish after having both of the boys, I am down to in between 150 and 160. It kind of fluctuates somewhere in that 10-pound range, especially when I'm dealing with monthly bloat like I am right now, which is super duper fun. But the primary reason I lost all that weight isn't from drastically changing my diet or anything, it's from working out and lifting heavy. So I had a gym membership. I no longer have a gym membership because even for a person with very healthy lungs and pretty much healthy everything else, I'm not on any prescriptions. I don't have any special dietary needs. I've never broken a bone, knock on wood. I've never sprained or strained anything. I've never torn a muscle, again, knock on wood. Trying to work out and exert yourself like that when you're wearing a face mask is not viable long term. If you can do it, cool, props to you. After me doing it, I was like, wow, if this is what it feels like to be asthmatic, no wonder they feel as horrible as they do all the time, because this is awful. No thanks, I'll pass. So rather than paying to continue to abuse myself in a way that was not enjoyable, I really like working out. I enjoy it a lot. Even lifting heavy when it's a strain and a challenge, I love it. But this was bad on a level that I am not comfortable continuing it. So, I've been doing little workouts at home just to kind of maintain. I know that I'm not going to get super drastic results really quickly because I'm kind of at maintenance size right now. Like I said, I try to stay within like 145 to 160 is mostly my ideal range for me. I'm 5'8". I've got pretty muscular legs. The only part of me I'm really not super happy with is my stomach, but I had 2 giant kids, and a lot of that is loose skin that, barring surgery, there's not really a whole hell of a lot I can do about it. So if people want to judge me for that, I guess that's on them, not on me, but whatever. So, anyway, short fitness videos. I'm thinking in the realm of like maybe 5 minutes. 90% of them would just be body weight only because most of us are still stuck at home. 2 weeks to flatten the curve has become over a year now. Yeah. So, something to ponder. If you are interested, let me know down in the comments below the video, and I will figure something out. I know that there are a lot of pre-planned short workouts that I can find all over Pinterest, and I know enough about fitness myself that I will be able to find things and construct things, and organizing things makes me happy as a person, so it's a good thing all around. Big kitty. Small table, but also big kitty. Loud kitty. So, something to consider is that. Otherwise, I recently, on the equinox, which was Saturday last week, today is the 23rd, so it's Tuesday, I think? I have no idea. I know the date. I typically don't know the day of the week, with the exception of knowing what days I have to swap the kids with my ex-husband. That's beyond that, it all just blends together into a blur. I'm sure a lot of you feel the same and totally understand what that's like. So, pardon the kitty thunder ASMR in the background. It's anytime something pleases Atticus, he purrs. He doesn't need to be petted. He doesn't need to be given a treat. If he sits on something and it's particularly soft, he's like, oh, I enjoy sitting on this soft surface. Purr, purr, purr. Or, my, this whiff of the outdoor air is delightful. Purr, purr, purr. And it's, yeah, he's always rumbling. Always rumbling. The hell was I saying? So Saturday, this past weekend, on the equinox, I was kind of struck with what I think some people would call divine inspiration. I'm not quite sure what to call it, but it just occurred to me that it's something that I should do, so it's something I am mobilizing to do. If you follow me on TikTok, or if you are in the Facebook group on TikTok, I am at Random Randy Crafts, and the Facebook group is Random Randy's Random Family. Then you will have seen I posted a video the other day where I was making sew-in fabric tags. They're super easy to make. If anybody's interested, I can do a little tutorial about how I do it as I'm doing it next go around, because once I get to finishing up the stack of stuff that's covering my sewing machine right now and use all of those tags, I'm going to need to make more. But I decided I want to rebrand my Etsy shop. I thought about it, and the name occurred to me, and a design for the name, and I want to also do some clothing items that would be like print-on-demand things where I do the graphic designing portion of it, and then like my Wake Crochet sleigh gear, you can go purchase that design on pretty much anything you want. T-shirts, sweatshirts, mugs, zipper bags. Shower curtains, I think, is the most ridiculous thing that you can get stuff printed on that's on Redbubble. Redbubble, Society 6, Printify, whatever. So I haven't decided on a date yet, but I'm shooting for mid-April. I need to work out and make sure that I'm not going to have the kids that weekend. I want to make sure I have enough stock ready. Pretty much what I'm doing is I'm going through, and all of the types of items that I have, like my heavy-duty interfaced totes, my drawstring bags, my little triangle pouch baggy things that I make. All of these, each style is going to have a name. Like, you know, in big fancy designer brands, they have like a certain style of handbag will be like an Emma or whatever. Or if you shop at Aerie, which is the only place I'm comfortable buying under things because Victoria's Secret makes me massively uncomfortable as kind of a jock girl and not a pretty foofy girl. And I'm also kind of flat, so I don't need Victoria's Secret Aerie is kind of more for us smaller girls, I feel like. But anyway, all of their different styles of bras and whatever, each one has a name. So rather than it just being, oh, this is a generic interfaced tote, it will be, this is a name tote with this print. So I'm going for that. I'm working on the design elements. Like I said, there's a lot of things I'm doing, and I might actually share some of the processes that I'm going through as I'm going through them, because there's a lot of work to go into it, and deciding that I want to do an entire relaunch in like a month's time seems like a tall order, especially since my desktop computer kind of partly bit the bullet and I'm going to have to resurrect it here soon, which is really upsetting to me. I wasted my entire day yesterday trying to fix the damn thing, and yeah. So I'm actually filming this on my laptop right now with my separate webcam, which is significantly better quality than the webcam that came on my laptop. And the webcam has a built-in microphone, which is good because the built-in microphone in this laptop is also junk. So yeah, it was like, oh, I have all of these urges to do graphics things and all of this fun stuff, and the universe is like, just kidding. You didn't really think you were going to be able to do that, did you? Did you? Oh, that's unfortunate. Too bad. But after being excessively upset about it all day yesterday, I literally tried to get that thing fixed for about 12 hours with very little break time to get the kids from the bus, feed the kids, feed the cats. I didn't feed myself until like 7 o'clock last night because I was so obsessed with trying to get it done and taken care of. And then still not having it finished at the end of the day, I was done. I was totally over it. And I was like, man, and I was feeling so good about stuff. So I went to bed super early last night, woke up in a much better mood this morning, and I think I might have figured out a solution. So cross your fingers that what I figured out will work. I've asked a few people and they said that it should work in theory. So, and it's not a terribly expensive fix. I'm just going to have to order a new hard drive. And my big hard drive inside my desktop that had all of my files and stuff on it, which most of them are also backed up in the cloud, is still okay. But I think I might have bricked my smaller one. If you know anything about tech, that means that you've essentially made it useless. Hence it being a brick. Like once upon a time when, Nokia were the only phones, a Nokia brick was that little tiny phone. Well, not tiny, it was smaller than this, but it was very thick and virtually indestructible. When an electronic is bricked, that means that you can't use it for anything anymore, and now it's just a paperweight. Because that computer has 64 gigabytes of RAM and a really good processor, and the video card is great, and I have it hooked up to my 40-inch monitor. It's a TV. It's a TV screen that I mounted on the wall, and I just used an HDMI cord to connect my computer to it. So I have a 40-inch monitor that I use for all of my editing stuff because it's so much easier on a big screen. It's so nice. But anyway, and the monitor works fine all on its own because it is a TV. I mean, it's a Roku TV, so it actually has its own Wi-Fi connection, so I can still use it to watch stuff. But I can't really use it to do things, because even if I hook it up to my laptop, it's not the same. It's the speed on this thing, old reliable. This is only a 16 gigabyte RAM laptop, and it's not as zoomy fast as the 64 gigs. So yeah. So that was my little bit of tech talk there. Don't mind me. Yes, I am passionate about many things that are not just yarn. And that is another reason why I'm considering doing like a small series of fitness videos to see if people are interested in it. because you will notice that my channel is not named Random Randy Crochets or Random Randy Knits or Random Randy Sews. It is Random Randy's Ramblings, because there are many facets to my life and my personality, and I know that a lot of people like to compartmentalize everything, and I feel like a lot of us who have been doing small channels for a bit that are like mid-grade D-list fiber celebrities kind of become afraid to do any content that is outside of the yarn stuff, because it never fails. There will be people that'll be like, oh, well, when are you going to do another crochet video? Blah, 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 blah. Like, when I feel like doing another crochet video, I'll do one. I haven't really had time to sit down and do it much, but I don't feel like we should be afraid to make content about things that we enjoy. And I don't feel like we should have to make a whole separate channel for every single thing that we're interested in. That's why I have still a few of my creepy story readings that I've done on this channel. And there are also what I was calling yarn tale videos, where I read a fairy tale and just had as the video me unraveling something in the process, and it was cool and it was relaxing and I like to do them, and they were really poorly received by people. So I was like, okay, people say they like yarn. People say they like it when I read. But if I put the two things together, 85% of people think it's the most horrible thing in the existence of the universe. And I'm like, well, okay, then I guess I won't do that very much anymore. But I really enjoyed it. So then you have this whole dichotomy of, I want to make content I enjoy, but I also want people to enjoy consuming it. So you got to kind of find like a middle ground where you're doing stuff that you enjoy, but that people also like to watch. And that's why I made a separate channel that I really need to work on now that I have my microphone hooked up and everything, to do readings, because I know that that's not everybody's cup of tea, but by the same token, should I have to have a separate channel for that? I don't think I should, as long as it has an appropriate content warning if there's like violence in it or excessive swearing or something. Why should I have to have a separate channel for it? Trying to juggle 50 channels and trying to then monetize 50 other channels when I've already got this one that I, quite frankly, busted my butt to build up the way that I have up until I started attending massage therapy school, and then this kind of fell by the wayside, understandably, because I was focused on getting my studies done. But now that I'm waiting to be able to move forward getting my certification, even though I have completed all of my studies to get my certification, because money, which if you're in the Facebook group, you'll know about, but I don't really want to talk about it here because I don't want to get in trouble. I feel like I sacrificed continuing to build this channel, which was on a great trajectory, for the sake of that, which I now also can't do. So I'm kind of in stasis for both things, and that really, really bothers the hell out of me. And I don't know how to correct either one at the moment. So here I am, just talking for the sake of talking, and I've been talking for almost 20 minutes now. So I highly doubt there's anybody still here listening to me just chatter about life, the universe, and all things and nothing at the same time. But if there is, I appreciate you. Thank you for being here. And I guess I'll wrap this up so that it doesn't go on for too terribly long. But if you are a person who is interested in helping out, you can always put on a playlist for any of the playlists that I have on my channel and just let it run in the background. Some people have recently discovered that if you have it muted completely, we will not get ad revenue, but we do still get watch time counted. So if you can put it on like super low volume and let it run and play in the background, even overnight somewhere on like a computer that's in a room where you're not sleeping, it helps anybody and everybody out who has a channel that they're either trying to get monetized or trying to make more money from. And that's without you having to click on ads or any of that nonsense. I also have my Etsy shop, which for now is Ansier Handmade. I'm going to be changing the name soon. If you follow me on TikTok or are in the Facebook group, you will know what I am changing the name to. I'm not going to announce that here yet. I'm working on making like a big reveal thing out of it. Working on it. So many things I'm working on, and I just have to keep working on them. And when something comes along and throws a roadblock in my path, I'm trying to give myself the grace to allow myself to be upset, because it is inconvenient, it is obnoxious. I hate feeling like I'm doing really well, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, just kidding, you didn't want to do that, did you? Are you sure? You really weren't sure, were you? Because now you're stuck, and now you gotta figure out what the hell to do to get unstuck. So it's okay to get upset about it. It's okay to feel it, to feel sad, angry, frustrated, disappointed. But don't let it rule you. Don't let it take over everything. It happens. We can't all be at 100% all of the time. You apologize to people, you move forward, and you do your best to be better tomorrow. And today I'm doing okay. So we'll get there. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell if you want to make sure you don't miss an upload, because the YouTube algorithm is doing some hinky, shady stuff of late. And I will catch you guys on the next one. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye.